Hey guys, this is CCT Shop. I'm going to show you today the i4000 Plus from iNew. And before I come to the phone, I want to show you very quickly the accessories that come in the box. So we have a screensaver, we have a flip cover, we have a manual in English language, then we have a charger, which is this one. Of course, if you order US from the US, UK, anywhere else, we're going to send you here a different one, the one that fits for your plugs. Then we have, it's already falling out here, the in-ear headphones, and we have a USB cable. That's basically what's in the box. Box looks like this. Well, this is actually just the top front of the box. So, and it comes with one battery, the phone, so one battery. This has a 1750 milliampere of power. We have, you can show you this actually quickly. We have in the, so you can see the SIM slots. So we have two SIM slots as usual, dual standby, and we have two SIM slots for mini SIM cards, very like the big ones, normal standard SIM cards, and we have a slot for the TF or micro SD card. And here you also see again the 1750 milliampere battery. So, and one of these included. Good. Then we have we see that, well, you don't see it, but I feel it, that the phone, it's a light phone. It's a thin, also very thin phone. You can see it here. It's about well, it's about 10 millimeters. It's a bit wider here in the back. Well, it's about 10 millimeters here in the back, and on the side it's about 5 to 6 millimeters. Then we have on the left side, we have the volume control. We have the headphone port up here. We have on the right side power button or turn on button. We have the USB, the micro USB. We have the microphone, and on the back we have a nice iNew logo up here. We have a 13 megapixel camera with flash. We have the speakers down here. In the front we have a 5 megapixel camera, and we have the usual sensors: proximity sensor, light sensor, and well, the other sensors I'm going to show you afterwards. Then we have here the sometimes, you know, it's like twisted on this phone. It's the menu button is on the right side, and we have on the left side the back button, and then we have the home button here in the middle, and all have red light for you that will use the phone at night. It's gonna have red light here. Okay, Wi-Fi is good. We have two lines. You know, as always, I'm pretty far away from my router, so the Wi-Fi is very good. The keyboard is going to look like this, just a standard Android keyboard. We have the other, well, which would be the dialing pad before actually, and this would be the keyboard. So we have here the keyboard, normal standard US style. Okay, let's take a look at the camera very quickly. I have here the front camera, which is a 5 megapixel camera. You see here 5 megapixels. Then we have all the possibility: exposure, color effects, scene modes, white balance. You have face detection, voice capture, self timers. You can do 2 or 10 seconds self timer if you want to take pictures with your friends or whatever. You have you can, of course, with both cameras you can record video. With the front camera, oh well, actually it's the other one. With the rear camera, you can of course record in full HD because it's a full HD display. I didn't take any pictures now because the camera is so good, so it's not really necessary. It's gonna take very decent pictures. Also the close-up zoom is very good, as you can see here. And then you have different possibilities here to set up your phones. You have in the live photo mode, you have color effects, scene modes, white balance as usual. Then the smile shot, this stuff is going to be available in the normal mode, this mode up here, I guess. So here you have face detection, voice capture, HDR, all this. Probably the smile shot is going to be available for the beautifying mode, I believe. Well, it's not. And we have panorama mode, so you can also set different things up here. It's also going to be a little varying depending on the mode. And then, as I said, you can record video, full HD quality, and also with sound if you like to. And it's going to be very good quality. Okay, I told you already it's a full HD 5-inch display, and we of course the IPS display. You can see here it's the viewing angle is very low, and I see this even, well, of course, a lot better than you, because there's no no mirror effects, let's say, here on the when I look at it. So it's a very nice viewing angle as usual for IPS displays. Okay, then I would take you to the benchmark tools and to the benchmark. Already tested it. It's 26,854. So we're gonna do a little comparison with the Samsung S4. Already did this on the German review as well. So we see here it's the Samsung S4 is a little bit better here on multitasking, but you can also see here that the RAM and the CPU actual operation is quite quicker on the MediaTek MT6592, which you can see here. So we have a lot lower values here on the Samsung S4 side. So only, let's say, the CPU calculations, as if you would do this on a PC, you have a lot faster calculations here on the MediaTek CPU. RAM speed, we have more RAM operation. We have because we have 2 GB of RAM. So it's gonna be very fast RAM speed. Here Samsung has a bit better RAM module, and also on the 2D and 3D graphics we have a bit better value, which is actually it's about 1,000 points here, and it's about 200 points, 300 points here on the 2D. So there it's a little bit better, the S4, and also here very little difference between these two phones. So just so you see that, and device info, we can take a look also quickly. As I told you, this is the MediaTek MT6592. It's an octa-core CPU with 1.7 or 1.66 G. We have the full HD display and 5-inch. We have the 2 G RAM here. We have the Mali 450 is the GPU. We have a 480 DPI pixel density of our LCD display. So it's very nice, very high density, which on many brand phones you will not find. Then we have a rear camera 13 megapixels, front camera 5 megapixels, and Android 4.2.2. If you want to see the details of this test, I want to show you also quickly. We can check here. Also be aware that this is full HD display, so this is gonna lower the benchmark value a bit, because it's just a very high quality display. Okay, good. Then let's get out of here. We have Velamo benchmark already ran it. I guess we have 643 benchmark points on Velamo. Good. We quit and we do the Quadrant standard benchmark test, and we have to run this right now. So we're gonna wait a little bit. What can I tell you more about this phone? Well, I was saying this on the German review. We have here a 5.0 inch display. So, and also, of course, also the touch panel is this size, and it's really usable with one hand. So you can basically use the TP, use this phone with one hand. So it's not necessary to have two hands. All what is I would say above 5.0 inch is not usable with one hand anymore, or because the phone is also a little bigger, it's hard even for bigger hands like mine are. You would need two hands to use it. Okay, we're already done with the benchmark, and we have 10,545 benchmark points here on Quadrant. Would get out of here because also the system information doesn't look very nice. Just want to see very quickly, want to check very quickly here, just confirming the CPU, confirming here the RAM. It says something about fake RAM value, but this is wrong. It has a 2 GB of RAM memory. Then multi-touch test, I already did this, so this is a 5-point touch panel. We have sensor readout, we have 3 sensors, accelerometer, which would be the sensor that turns your display, the proximity sensor, which turns off the display when you do the calls, and light sensor, which would be adapting if you turn this on your display brightness. And root check, can do the root check. It has not root and no root access. And what we can do as well, what I want to show you very quickly here, I put turn actually the GPS on already. So we just want to see this you can do with any MediaTek phone. Go to engineer mode, location, wide GPS, and we do here a GPS restart, and we can do a cold restart, and then we can check very quickly the satellites, and it's going to find right away a whole bunch of satellites. As soon as they turn green, usually this happens outside, or even it might even happen here. So then you have a fix. Good. This we won't wait for this to happen. This can take a little. And so we're through with our apps, and I'm going to show you the settings. We have well, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, standard. We have gesture sensing. I'm not going to show you this is working. Well, I can show you, no problem, if anybody has doubts. And we can also hear. So this somehow it's working, the gesture sensing. And we have flash alerts. You can turn on, or you can use this flash back here to be notified when you get a call or when you get a message. Then we have audio profiles. I want to show you the speaker. It's always a bit hard because I don't use a some just sound terrible. So it's a good speaker. It's loud, and as you heard. So unfortunately, I don't have really a good music on here. Of course, we have vibration optional, that stuff. Storage. We will check the storage here. So we have 1.1 GB available up here, and we have 12.4. So we get to about 13.4, 13.5 GB of free memory on the 16 GB version. There's no other version right now, so this is the only version available. 16 GB, 2 plus 16, 2 GB RAM, 16 GB ROM. Good. Then language input for all of you guys who are not English speakers. I want to use their phone in another language. I'm going to show you here the other languages. So a whole bunch of European languages, East European languages. We have Russian, Turkish, some Arab languages, Thai, Korean, and we have Chinese down here. Okay, gonna go up. It's actually the TP is very nice, running very smoothly. And well, down here basically the only important is would be still this one here, which a Jelly Bean 4.2.2, which is no